So good morning all of you. And today's video we are going to discuss about what is e-commerce, so how it works, what is enterprise systems, and what are the different information systems that are used in organization in order to go for more effectiveness and efficiency in the company growth, company sales and company productivity wise. So all these concepts are going to be covered in this video. So first of all, we'll look into what exactly the e-commerce is about. I think all of you know now, everyone is going through what is e-commerce, online shopping, online visiting, online surfing, all these, right? So e-commerce is one such concept which will make us familiar with the online process. So e-commerce, generally it is known as electronic commerce. It means buying and selling of goods by using the internet. So when you are trading, when you are buying your selling your products or buying any products from the online websites or online sites, and with the help of the internet, that process we are calling it as e-commerce. And not only that, you are going to transfer the money and the data to execute these transactions. In sense, if you want to buy a particular product, you have to make the payment. So that too, the payment is going to be done on online basis. So that this entire process is called as e-commerce. So when you compare e-commerce with the e-business, both are separate concepts. You can think just e-business is a very broad concept and e-commerce is a narrow concept. And another way you can call it as just e-commerce is a subset of e-business. Why? Because e-business is one which includes all the activities of a business. But when you go for e-commerce, it talks about only buying and selling of goods and services through the internet and payments. And e-commerce is often referred to the sale of physical products online. It means if you are selling or if you are buying any product through online, so such criteria here we are calling it as e-commerce. But it can also describe any kind of commercial transactions that is facilitated through the internet. Not only buying and selling, any commercial transactions that you are making in order to process complete, that criteria also we can call it as e-commerce. And e-business, when you come to the e-business, it refers to all aspects of operating an online business. So e-business not only talks about buying and selling of goods and services and commercial transactions, any functionality or any activity related to the business you are doing on online, that is called as e-business. So that's why the e-business is a very broad concept when compared to the e-commerce. And when you go for e-commerce, it's specifically to the transactions of goods and services. So this is a small introduction about the e-commerce. Okay, so what are the various tasks or activities that are involved in e-commerce? It means, so when you are into the e-commerce activity, so what are the necessary tasks that you have to perform? First thing, providing information about a product. Second one, defining the requirements of the customer. And third one, performing the purchasing transaction. Fourth one, electronic delivery of the product. And fifth one, providing customer service electronically. So all these tasks can be explained by using an example. I will tell you clearly. Suppose, so I opened Amazon website www.amazon.com, and there I want to buy a pen. Okay, so in the search button I will go for entering a keyword like pen. Okay, so by entering the keyword pen, I will get a list of items that matches with my keyword, right? So let's say I got nearly 1000 products on the screen. So that is the first thing, providing information about a product. Means when you are trying to search for a product, the website will gives you the complete information about the product. In a sense, what is the price of the product and what is the general characteristics or specifications that is followed in that product, and how you can get the service related to the product, and what is the rating related to the product. All these information will be there on the screen. So that is the first task. Second task, defining the requirements of the customer. It means, so let's say I opted for a pen, right? So in case of pen, I have multiple options, right? I want blue pen, white pen, red pen, or else I want some other color pens. Okay, so that is my requirement. As a customer, I will go for defining my taste or defining my preference over the pen. So let's say by entering the pen, I got nearly 1000 items. In that I want to refine. So I want only green color pen. It means green color lid or green ink pen I want. So in such case, I will go for entering the keyword like green ink pens. So by entering that word, so I will get 100 items. So out of that 100 items, I will choose what is the item or product exactly matches to my requirements. So that is the second one, defining the requirements of the customer. And third one, performing the purchasing transaction. So once I am satisfied with the product that is displayed on the screen, so then I will go for purchase option. So for purchase option, I will make sure myself whether I have to go for that product or not. So that decision is entirely done by the customer. And after performing the purchasing transaction, so once I decided I have to buy this product, so then I will go for adding it to the cart, and then I will go for making of payment. Okay, so that payment I can make through credit card, debit card, or some other UPI applications. So any of these mode of payment I can use for purchasing the product. So once that purchase transaction is done, next thing is electronic delivery of the product. So once this is done, I will get my product after few days, maybe 1 day, 2 days, or 3 or 4 days. After that particular period, I will get my product at my home. So that is the electronic delivery of the product. So once I receive the product, if I am not satisfied with the product, what is the scenario? In that case, suppose if I am not satisfied, in the sense, I will raise a complaint, or else I will go for a return policy. So those are the two options that I can choose for going for raising my concerns over the product. So that is if the company or if the supplier is ready to change or exchange the product, so then he will go for customer service. It means if you are not satisfied, finally the company will provide you service related to that product. So that is the final task, providing customer service electronically. So these are the main 5 tasks which are involved in case of e-commerce. Providing information about the product, defining the requirements of the customer, performing the purchasing transaction, electronic delivery of the product, and providing the customer service electronically. Now we will move into the next concept. What are the various categories that you can find in case of e-commerce, or you can call it as types also. First one, business to consumer. When a business sells a good or service directly to an individual consumer, it is called as a business to consumer. Suppose you are, for example, you can see here, if you are buying a pair of shoes from a retailer, it is called as business to consumer type. And second category, business to business. It is purely a software, SaaS term, is called as SaaS. So when a business sells its products or services directly to a business, it is called as business to business. For example, a business sells software as a service to other business to use. Suppose a organization is there, so it go for developing a new software. So that software is again bought by some other company. So with this company, it is called as business to business. And third one, consumer to business, sorry, consumer to consumer. So in this case, it is quite different from the above two. When a consumer directly sells his good or service to another consumer, it is called as consumer to consumer. For example, if you take OLX, eBay, these are the best example for this category. So in this OLX, we are directly selling our our products to the other person or other customer. So that's why this comes under the category of consumer to consumer. And fourth one, consumer to business. So when a consumer sells his products or services directly to a business person, it is called as this consumer to business. For example, if you take a photographer is there, okay, so that photographer sells his photo to a business person or organization for promoting or from other organizational efficiency or productivity purpose. So that is considered as consumer to business. So any of his photograph is gaining importance because of his work. So then such criteria is called as consumer to business. Next one, e-commerce sales life cycle. So in case of e-commerce sales life cycle, here also we are going to perform 5 tasks mainly: searching for the item, selection and negotiation, purchasing, product and service delivery, and after sales service. So searching for the item, it means suppose I want a book, okay. So particularly I want MIS book, Management Information System books. So for that I will go for searching into different websites. So in that website I will find out with many authors, right? After that many authors, I will pick only one author which is popularly used by the most of the people. So I will pick up that book and I will go for price comparison. It means, so what is the price of the book that I choose and what is the price of the other books that are available in the market. So that I will compare and finally I will select so which book I have to buy. So that is the next one. So once I decided, so this price is okay for me, so then I will go for purchasing of that book. So once the purchasing is done, so I will get my book at my home. So after that I will provide the feedback. It means whether I am satisfied by reading that book or whether I am okay or every concept and every description about the topics and content is clear. So then I will give you a good rating and feedback related to the book. So all this process is called as a e-commerce sales life cycle. So first you have to search for the item, next you go for selection and negotiation process. After that we will go for purchasing and product and service delivery, and the last one is after sales service. So this is how the entire sales life cycle will goes on. So whatever the things that we had discussed in the previous slide, the same are explained here. So first you are picking the product from the online stores and then we'll go for internet marketing and we'll go for payment, and after payment we will go for raising the order, and after that we will get the product at the home, that is called as shipping, and finally we will ask for a support if any issues are there. So this is how the entire e-commerce sales life cycle will goes on. Okay, so next concept, that is applications of e-commerce, where you can use the e-commerce exactly. So you cannot say in this field or in this industry I can go for using of e-commerce. So it's not there. So it's not the right thing. So everywhere you can apply the e-commerce. But here we have listed only the 5 main places where the e-commerce is generally and prominently used. First one is retail and wholesale, second one marketing, third one finance, fourth one manufacturing, and the fifth one is auctions. So these are the main 5 concerns where we can go for using of e-commerce. Okay, so what are the various e-commerce payment systems that are available in the market? First, electronic cash. It is completely digital payment and digital cash. Electronic cash is the first one. Second one is electronic wallets. And third one, debit and credit cards. So I think all of you know what is debit card and what is credit card and what is electronic wallet. So these are the three prominently used payment systems in case of e-commerce. And next one, next concept, e-governance. So in case of business, how the things are gone electronically. Similarly, in case of government also, all the activities went on in electronic manner. So that concept here we are calling as e-governance. It's nothing but electronic governance. So here we are using the information and communication technology in order to provide each and every information to the public electronically. I think everyone know that each and every person is using smartphone. Without smartphone, there is no life for them. Why? Because any activity, suppose I am there, take myself, so I am using mobile phone for the purpose of lectures, for the purpose of reading books online, for the purpose of making transactions, making UPI payments for my purchases. So like that I am using smartphone for many activities in my daily life. So if you take each and every person who lives in this society, so everyone has their own need, and based on that need only they will utilize the smartphone. So you can't say the rural people cannot use the smartphones, the urban people only has the right to use the smartphones. Such criteria is not there. Even the rural people are more are started off using the smartphones for more applications and for more works rather than the urban people. Why? Because so even though for the banking services also the people has been started off using smartphones in order to get their services within a shorter period of time. So e-governance is only possible because of information and communication technology. So without that ICT you cannot imagine the e-governance. So here the government is also started off providing its services to the public electronically. So in what cases the government can provide the services to the public in an electronic manner? In the sense, if you go for birth certificate, death certificate, pension funds and insurance plans, what should we say, education loans, and many things are there which are covered under e-governance activity. So why the government is taking all these in an electronic manner? In the sense, in order to reach the public in a less span of time for speedy, convenient, efficient and transparent actions. For all these cases the government has been started off giving services in an electronic manner. Okay, what are the main objectives of going for e-governance? So in order to cut the cost and improve administrative efficiency, it means you can minimize the cost by using the e-governance activities, and you can go for providing the services in an efficient manner, and you can meet citizen expectations and improve citizens relationship. It means you can reach and expectations of the public within a short span of time, and you can also understand how the public is thinking. And third one, transparency. It means whatever the actions that are performed by the government are clearly displayed on the screen. So there is no third party between the public and the government. So in order to go for that transparent transactions or transparent activities, the e-governance has been established, and inform the citizens and encourage them to participate. It means every time it is not possible to go to the public orally and they want to promote the schemes and promote the activities that the government is going to perform. So if any such public notices are there, they can go for directly into the internet or through the TV, media, social media. They can give their news, and that news will reach us to the public very quickly rather than the other sources. Facilitate economic development. So when the people have started off using the communication and information technology within a prompt time, so it automatically develops the economy. It means every work is going to be completed in a less span of time. That will again facilitate and you can spend that time in another activity. Simplify governance for all parties. It means all can get the services of the government at their doorstep. It is possible only because of the e-governance. And the main thing, you can go for speedy, accountable and efficient process of administration. The e-governance will be helpful. So these are all the main objectives of e-governance. Going to the models: government to citizen, government to business, government to government and government to employees. So if you go for government to citizen, in the sense birth certificate, death certificates, all these comes under the category of government to citizen. Government to business, so if any auctions are there, bids are there, if any projects are there, any constructions are there, so that comes under the government to business. And government to government, so this is generally done for example, if any scheme is proposed by the central government, that scheme applies to all the states which are there in the country. So like that, so that is the best example for the government to government. Any scheme that is proposed by the central government, that should be followed by the state governments also. So that is the best example for government to government. And last one, government to employees. So if any salary additions or advancements are there, bonus are there, incentives are there related to the employees, that is conveyed to the employees in an electronic manner. So that model you can call it as government to employees. So these are the main 4 models you can see in e-governance. Next concept, that is enterprise systems. What is enterprise system? So in this enterprise systems, you will come to know exactly what is the role of information systems in the organization. So enterprise system, which is a highly integrated information systems that cut across the traditional functional areas in the organization. So it is not possible for the one system to go for entire functionalities of the organization. So that's why these enterprise systems came into existence in order to cover all the functional areas of the business. And for this you require some software, application software packages which are going to support all the functionalities of the organization. Not only functions, the business processes, information flow, reporting, data analytics in complex organizations. So for all these manners you require the enterprise systems for better organizational productivity. Okay, and these are the generally packaged enterprise application software systems. So that's nothing but PAS, packaged enterprise application softwares. So enterprise systems are all as PAS, and all these functions comes with a package. So this application package software is called as the enterprise systems. So because it specifies and it supports only the organizational needs, based on the organization system needs and requirements only, we will go for enterprise systems. What are the types of enterprise systems that you can see in the organizations? So in that, the first one is ERP, Enterprise Resource Planning. Second one, Supply Chain Management. Third one, Customer Relationship Management. Apart from this, so many information systems and the management systems are there which will makes you work simpler and speedy when compared to the existing systems. But because here we are going to discuss about only the main 3 enterprise systems, that are Enterprise Resource Planning, Supply Chain Management and Customer Relationship Management. So okay, so in the next video we will discuss with these 3 major types of enterprise systems.